Okay, now this is the third video in the series of Pause and Practice PowerPoint Pause and Practices. We're at 1-3 now. And for this final Pause and Practice project, we're going to finish the presentation about training for a marathon. We're going to insert, resize, and align several pictures in this particular presentation. And we're going to apply transitioning to the slides, and we're going to change the presentation properties, and we're going to print a handout. Alright, so I have already gone ahead and opened up my Pause and Practice P1-2 file from the previous video, and now I'm going to rename this presentation for Pause and Practice 1-3. So I'm going to click the File button here, and it takes me out to the backstage. I'm going to click the Save As. I'm going to select the computer and click Browse. And that's going to take me to my memory stick again. And so I'm going to select the memory stick, and I'm going to select the PowerPoint module. And in here I'm going to change 1-2. I'm going to select in front of the 2, backspace, and type in a 3 to change that to my initials, PP space P1-3, and click Save. So that changes the file name to 1-3. And we're ready to begin this particular Pause and Practice, the final one in the series. Alright, so we're now up to step number 2 in this Pause and Practice. It's asking us to click on slide number 1, and we're going to insert, resize, and align a picture on this slide. So we're going to click the Insert tab, and we're going to come down to the Pictures button and select that. And you should already have your data files extracted out so that you can grab the correct file. And so it should be on your memory stick or where you know where it is. In my case, it's in the memory stick here. So we're going to now locate the folder where we have those files. Mine are on my memory stick. So let me come down to the memory stick and select it. Select the PowerPoint module and then the data files and select that. And I open that up, and here are the images, and we're going to select the Runners Group 01. So this is the Runners Group 01 file, and then we're going to select Insert. That's going to insert that particular image onto the middle of the slide. Now in step 2D, we're going to resize this picture using the horizontal sizing arrow so that it is 8.5 inches wide. If you come up here to the width section, it's currently 7 inches here in the size group. So I'm going to select that. I'm going to come over to do a resizing handle, and I'm going to left click and drag it out. And you notice it changed it to 7.4 inches, so I don't have quite enough change yet. We're up to 7.72 inches. So let me just keep dragging it until I get to around 8 inches, and that's close enough for our purposes. So it's around 8 inches wide. Alright, and actually I think we wanted to do 8.5, so let's go out to 8.5. And it's too far, so let me come back a little bit. 8.47, that's close enough. Alright, and so now that we have that, roughly sized out to what we want to do for a width of 8.5 inches, we're up to 2E now. And so with the picture selected, and it's already selected here, we want to click the Align button. So we want to come up here to the Format tab, to the Align button here, under the Arrange group, and we want to select Align Bottom, Align Right. So we want to select Align Bottom, and then we want to select it again, and Align Right. And so that puts it at the bottom right of our slide. Alright, now we're up to step 3. We want to click on slide number 6. So let's come over to the Slides pane and come down to slide number 6 and select slide number 6 and make that active. And now we want to repeat the process to insert a picture here on this slide as well and align it. So we're going to come up to the Insert tab and select it and select Picture. And now we're going to select the Runner Woman 01-JPG file. So that's this one right here, and then we're going to select the Insert button to insert that picture into this slide. Now we're up to 3D, and no resizing is required for this picture because it is the correct height, and we're going to maintain the width on this particular slide or picture itself. And so now in 3E, with the picture selected, we want to click the Align button and align this one right. So let's come up to the Arrange group, under the Format tab of Picture Tools, select the Align button and Align Right. And so that pushes the image out to the right-hand side of our slide. Now we're up to step 4, and with slide 6 currently selected, we want to add a new slide, insert a new picture and of a table. Alright, so let's come down to slide 6 and make sure it's selected here. And so now we want to click New Slide, and we want to select the list arrow and select the Title Only slide. So let's do a down arrow and select Title Only. And so in slide number 7 we should have a Title Only slide. So let's click on that, and let's triple click the or click into the area rather on that particular title. We don't have anything there yet. We want to type the title of Upcoming Marathons in here. So let's do Upcoming Marathons. Alright. And we want to click the Insert tab and insert a picture here. So let's click out of that and then click the Insert tab, Insert Picture. That opens up the dialog again for us to find or browse to the picture. We want to locate the folder where the files were located, so that's for me the memory stick, and we're in there now. Let me double click to open it back up. And so now we want to insert Marathon Schedule 01-JPEG. So there it is, Marathon Schedule 01 not JPEG but PNG. And so now let's click the Insert, and that inserts that particular table out onto our slide. In 4F we want to, or 4G rather, we want to move this table so it's approximately centered in the black area. Right now it's not centered in the black area. So I'm going to put my pointer up here on this particular image so it becomes a moving pointer. Left click and drag that out into the area so that I've roughly, you need to eyeball it here, I'm roughly in the center of the black area of that slide. Alright, so let me click out of it. So it should look something like this. Okay, so now we're up to, let's see, 5. And so on 5 we want to go to slides 8, 9, and 10 only. And so here we want to go to slide number 8. Let me click on slide number 8. And here it's telling us that on slides 8, 9, and 10, only the large title text appears. And so we want to resize the placeholders horizontally on the right side so the text fits in the placeholder without extra horizontal spacing or word wrapping. So on 8, here we're on slide 8 now. So let's click in the placeholder, and what it's referring to here is you'll notice the placeholder is much wider than it needs to be. So I'm going to change this to a resizing marker, and I'm going to left click and drag it back until it causes it to force it down to a second line, and then I'm just going to drag it back a little bit to the right until it becomes one line again, and then click out of it. Let's move to slide 9 and do the same. So I resize this one as well. Okay, and then slide 10, let's repeat that process again. And let me resize this one. And then click out of it. Alright, we're now up to step number 7, and in step 7 it says on slides 8, we're up to step number 6, I'm sorry. On step number 6, on slide number 10, we want to change the font color for the word there to tan text 2. So let's go to slide number 10, and so we click on that. We're there now, and on the word there, let's select it, and it's there, not the exclamation mark. Yes, we do want to include the exclamation mark, so let's do that. There, exclamation mark. We'll want to change this the font color here to tan text 2. So let's go over to here and click on the format, and let's do the okay, I'm going to go back to the home tab. I didn't want to do a text fill, I want to do a font color. So let's go to the font group, and let's select the down arrow here on font color, and let's go over to tan text 2, and so I need to find tan text 2 here. And if I can find it, tan text 2, that's not it either. I'm having trouble finding it here. It's a little difficult finding it sometimes. Okay, I found it. So if I select here, this is tan text 2, and select that. So that changes the tan text 2 on the font color for us in step number 6. Let's click out of that. Okay, and now let's go to step number 7. On slides 8, 9, and 10, we're going to make adjustments here where the text aligns. We're going to repeat this process for each slide. So in slide number 8, let's click on slide number 8, and we're going to select the title text here, and we're going to click the Align button and align the text here in the following manner. On slide 8, we're going to align this text left and align top. So let's come up to Arrange, click that, and then go down to Position Objects Align, Align Left, and then go back to Arrange again, Align, and Align Top. Okay, so it is left aligned top now. Align left and align top. On slide number 9, let's click on slide number 9 and let's triple click the text here. And we're going to align this, align center, align bottom. So let's come up to Arrange and down to Align, and we're going to align center, and then we're going to do the same thing again, and we're going to align bottom. Okay, and then on slide number 10, we're going to align right, align middle. So let's triple click this, and we're going to do Arrange, Align right, and then Arrange, Align middle. Okay, so now that's a middle alignment to the right. Okay, now that we've done that, we are up to step number 8, and now we're going to apply one transition to all slides and a different transition to selected slides. So here we're going to click on the Slide Sorter button in the status bar, and so let's come down to the status bar. There's the Slide Sorter button. Let me select it. That's going to bring up the Slide Sorter view for us. And now we're going to hit the Control A. So hold the Control key down, hit A on the keyboard, and that selects all of the slides for us. So let's click the Transitions tab, and then we're going to select a wipe transition. So there it is right there, and so let's select that. And then we're going to click the Effect options, and we're going to do a From Left effect. So let's come over to the Effect options, click the down arrow From Left. Alright, and so that does a wipe from the left option for all of the slides so far in the slide sorter. And so now we're up to step number 8G. So we're going to click off the slides to remove the selections. And so I did that. And now we are going to select each of the following slides and apply separate transitions and effect options for those only. So we're going to go back up to slide number 1, and so in the slide sorter view we can click on slide 1 here, and we're going to zoom in on this particular one as a transition. So let's select the More button here, and let's come down to the zoom. So I'll need to find it here, and let me see if I can find it. Alright, and so let me come back again, and the zoom is here. So let's click the zoom, and so that one zooms. We're going to zoom in, so let's go to the effect options and do an in, so that applies a zoom in transition for slide 1 only. For slide number 7, so let's find slide number 7 here. So it's 5, 6, 7. So let's click on slide number 7, make it active. We're going to do the doors vertical. Alright, and so let's come up and click the More button on the transition. And let's look for doors. It should be in this group here. So let's look for it, and I don't see it readily here, so give me a second. Here we go, doors. And then we're going to select vertical on the effects option. So let's do vertical. So it's a doors vertical here. Now on slide 8, let's click on slide number 8, make it active. We're going to select a pan from bottom transition. Alright, so now what we're going to do here is select the More button again, and we're going to select the pan, which is the dynamic content, and then from bottom. So let's do the Effect Options button, and we're selecting from bottom. Alright, on slide number 9, select it, and we're going to pan from top. So let's go to the More button, select the pan transition from top, Effect Options again from the top, and on slide number 10, select slide number 10, and we're going to select pan from left. So let's click the More button again, pan, and then Effect Options from left. Okay. Now we're going to click out of there, and we're going to do a Control A again. Select all the slides, and then we're going to click the Preview button here in the Transitions tab in order to preview this particular transitions setup that we have created. So let's do a preview, and it's going to walk us through all of the transitions that we applied to all the slides in our presentation. So let's watch that as it produces on the screen. And now that that's complete, let's click the Slideshow button on the status bar, and that is this last button here. So let's click that, and that's going to open up the slideshow, and you're not going to be able to see that in this particular presentation, but it'll walk us through the slideshow here on the presentation itself. Okay. Now we're up to step number 9, and we're going to change some of the presentation properties. So let's click the File button, and let's go to the Info button here, and now let's select the properties under the properties here, and let's select the title, and let's change that title to Train for a Marathon. Alright, and then let's click the Properties button again and do Show Document Panel. And here we're going to bring up the document panel, and we're going to make some other changes as well. So we're going to click in the Author field, and we're going to type in my name. You would type in your name here. And now we're going to click in the title, and Train for a Marathon is already there. So now we're going to click on the subject line or subject area. We're going to type in the athletic event promotion. Okay. Then we're going to click in the comments area. So let's tab over to comments. And now we're going to type in, this presentation will be shown at the Civic Center to explain how to get ready for upcoming marathon events. Period. Okay, and now we're going to click the Close button to close the Properties area, the document panel. And now we're going to print these slides, and so to do that we're going to click the File tab again, and then we're going to click the Print button. So let's come down to the Print button, select that. Alright, and now what we're going to do is we're going to change the following settings by clicking the list arrow for each option. And so we're going to now, where it says print all slides, we're going to print all slides. So we're going to select that. And then we're going to select handouts and 6 slides horizontal. So here under this area we're going to select the down arrow and select handouts, 6 slides horizontal. And that changes the preview over here. We are going to select frame slides. Let's click that again. Let's select frame slides, and then we're going to select scale to fit paper. So it's already selected for us. And then we're going to come under the collation area. We're going to do print order collated, and then we're going to do a portrait orientation here, and then we're going to select a color range of grayscale or color. I'm going to select grayscale and change that to grayscale. And then we're going to click the print button. I'm not going to click it because I don't want it to print, but we would come up here and click the print button to print this. And now we're ready to save this particular presentation. And so now let's do a save since we're in the backstage. Save it and do a file close to close the presentation.